Have you ever walked into a crowded place and felt your chest tighten just a little, like the noise was too loud even before you heard it, like your energy dropped before anything even happened? And if that feels familiar, Mind Buddy is sitting next to you right now with the same small round face, tiny black eyes, and a slightly tired expression, because today we are talking about the psychology of people who avoid crowds. And no, it does not mean they are rude, weak, or broken. It simply means their mind works a little differently, and Mind Buddy wants you to understand that difference gently and clearly. So imagine this: Mind Buddy wakes up feeling okay, not sad, not happy, just neutral. And then a message arrives saying there is a big party, lots of people, loud music, everyone is going, and Mind Buddy's mouth turns into a small straight line, not because of fear exactly, but because the mind already starts thinking about all the faces, all the voices, all the small interactions that will need energy. And for people who avoid crowds, the brain is very sensitive to stimulation, which is just a simple way of saying it notices everything, every sound, every movement, every look. And while some brains feel excited by that, other brains feel tired just imagining it, and Mind Buddy's brain is one of those. So when Mind Buddy walks into a crowded store or a busy street, the eyes look around, the mouth becomes a little tense, and the mind is trying to process too much at once. And this is where psychology becomes very human, because the brain's main job is to keep us safe, not happy, safe, and crowded places are unpredictable. You do not know who will bump into you, who will talk to you, how long you will be there. So the brain stays on alert, and staying on alert for too long is exhausting. Which is why Mind Buddy sometimes feels tired even after doing nothing, and many people misunderstand this and say things like just relax or it's not a big deal. But to Mind Buddy's brain, it kind of is a big deal, not logically, but emotionally. And another reason people avoid crowds is because they are more aware of themselves. They notice how they stand, how they walk, what their face looks like, and in a crowd, there are many eyes, even if no one is really looking, and that feeling of being seen can make the mind turn inward, creating thoughts like, do I look weird or am I in the way? And Mind Buddy shows a confused expression here, because these thoughts are not chosen, they just appear, and the brain thinks it is helping by checking everything, but instead it drains energy. So after a while, Mind Buddy just wants to go home, sit somewhere quiet, and feel normal again. And here is something important: avoiding crowds is not the same as hating people. Mind Buddy actually likes people, deep conversations, small moments, quiet laughter, but crowds are different. Crowds remove control, and the mind of someone like Mind Buddy feels safest when there is some control over the environment, like choosing who to talk to, when to leave, and where to sit. And when that control disappears, the body reacts by wanting to escape, not because of weakness, but because of self-protection. And you can see this in daily life, like choosing online shopping instead of busy malls, sitting at the edge of a room instead of the center, arriving early so it is quiet, or leaving early before it gets overwhelming. And Mind Buddy smiles a little here, because these small choices are actually very smart. They help the nervous system stay calm, and there is also something emotional underneath. Many people who avoid crowds grew up learning to observe before acting. They learned to read the room, to stay aware, maybe because their environment was unpredictable at some point, and that skill stayed with them, turning into sensitivity. And sensitivity is not a flaw, it is just a trait, like being tall or short. And the problem only starts when sensitive people are forced to live like they are not. When they push themselves into crowds again and again, ignoring the signals, until the body reacts stronger, with headaches, irritation, or sudden sadness. And Mind Buddy looks sad here, because this happens often. But psychology also offers a calm reminder: you do not need to change who you are to fit the world, you can shape your world to fit you. Avoiding crowds does not mean avoiding life. It means choosing the version of life that feels balanced, like meeting one friend instead of 10. Walking in nature instead of busy streets, or enjoying quiet mornings instead of loud nights. And when Mind Buddy understands this, the face softens, the mouth curves just a little, because there is relief in knowing nothing is wrong. The mind is just wired to protect energy. And maybe you see yourself in Mind Buddy right now. Maybe you always wondered why crowds drain you while others seem fine, and the answer is simple. Your brain is paying attention in a deeper way, and that comes with both challenges and strengths, like empathy, creativity, and deep thinking. So the next time you choose a quiet path, remember Mind Buddy, standing calmly, eyes gentle, reminding you that listening to your limits is not avoidance, it is wisdom, and life does not have to be loud to be meaningful. Sometimes the quiet is where you finally hear yourself breathe. If this felt relatable, subscribe and stay with Mind Buddy for more simple psychology that understands you.